Welcome to another episode of When the Smoke Clears. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, all them things there. So, has anybody seen Blood of Zeus? Because that just came out, didn't it? Essentially, it's that kind of Clash of the Titans, Greek mythology kind of epic story, isn't it?
Just Clash of the Titans 2.0.
Yeah, it is.
Literally.
I thought that when I was watching it, but then I thought to myself, hang on, it's telling a classic tale again, so you know, we can't really expect much. It's got a little bit of a twist to it. I thought that the drawings looked a bit like Hercules, not the Disney Hercules cartoon.
There's people that do Castlevania, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Castlevania drawings.
Oh, is it?
Another animation, yeah.
That's the same people that make that show.
I didn't know that.
I think they're quite high quality, them.
Yeah, I did like it.
I like the animation. You didn't like it, Rachel?
No, I did. I got used to it. Put it this way, it reminds me of why I can't watch Clone Wars. I can't really watch Clone Wars for too long. It's that kind of animation that puts me off a bit, but I stuck with the story, and I know
what you mean about that.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but I like the story.
I don't mind the drawings on Clone Wars. Well, not drawings. I don't mind like how it looks, the aesthetic of it, but I just sometimes the movement is a bit PC game cutaway.
Yeah, I don't really like the movement.
But it's old,
I don't like it.
When Clone Wars came out, wasn't now like the CGI wasn't the same.
In terms of like Blood of Zeus, I love the soundtrack. That's one thing I did like. Really good soundtrack.
Yeah.
Good story. I thought that the dad, Zeus, looked like Ulysses from the Ulysses cartoon.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it looked like that. But then again, the Ulysses cartoon is based on another epic tale of the Iliad, which is like like a classic poem. So I know we're sounding a bit intellectual on this podcast, but we are reviewing like Blood of Zeus, which is like the classics. But I thought that animation was all right. I mean, the only thing I would say that the only criticism that I would have is that they've done it before. Do you know what I mean? We've had like Hercules, we've had Clash of the Titans, we've had Jason the Argonauts.
Mythology, they will never stop making mythology stories. They'll never stop retelling them, you know? It's for the Netflix era, isn't it? So and there's a lot of anime on Netflix at the moment. So I guess that's like a perfect story to tell because you can animate it and make it quite compelling just using...
So I won't lie, them kind of things, like if I was watching that, it would make me want to look into Greek mythology, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's really interesting. That's like real like superhero thing. Like, what I mean?
They were the first superheroes. That's where heroes comes from.
Yeah.
That's the thing as well, yeah. So for like, obviously it's not for like young children, but for like teenagers and young people who may not have been exposed to Greek mythology or may not have cared before, this like puts it in a format that they can like really just get stuck into, like, do you know what I mean? Without even having to know much about it, because the stories themselves are such good stories, but they're not going to go and watch them films from the 60s, like 70s or whatever, because they're going to be like, oh, look at these graphics, like, man, some plasticine.
Listen, don't look Ray Harry Hansen, right? He was the first guy with stop motion animation to make it look epic.
Listen, those monsters look more scary than some of the CGI. Well, no, maybe not CGI, but definitely them 80s versions. Like, the way they used to move, like, it was so jerky. Like, I never used to like, you know, them skeletons in
Yes.
What movie is that?
That's Jason the Argonauts, isn't it?
No, Jason the Argonauts. Those skeletons used to mess me up, man.
Because I watched the whole documentary on the animator Ray Harry Hansen. Harry Hansen. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. The guy that did Terminator, he was paying homage to the
you can see that.
Terminator 1. He said he was paying homage to the skeletons in Jason the Argonauts.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
They were relentless, weren't they? But even the cartoon itself was paying homage. So you know, like when we don't want to give away too much, but like they even had the huge like statues that then came to life.
Yeah.
That could fight.
Yeah, the giants.
Yeah, those giant like brass statues. You had like the Cyclops. You had all of the classic.
Cerberus.
Yeah. And then they did a twist to the story. So it wasn't your normal story. It was different. I must admit, I saw it coming. What? In what way?
I think it was good, but I think it was pretty boring. When it was no violence, the long chat was just boring.
That's you're the same person that don't like violence. When there's bare violence, you don't want it.
Do you know what?
No, but what I'm saying is the story was just boring. We've been there and done that. It's just boring.
You know what? You can see it coming. I saw
Heron or Heroin, whatever his bloody name is there. He was just any Luke Skywalker, like all timid and then get the power. Boring.
That's the hero story, isn't it? That's
boring, boring, man. And like I ain't got time for that, man.
It weren't no Jason and the Argonauts for you.
No, it's just like yeah, the drawings were good and it was like that was all good, but one-dimensional characters and it was just
you know
like,
what? You know what? That's the thing about anime though. Like that's the thing about anime that as I've gotten older, because obviously when I was younger, like I always used to like love anime, and I still like it. It depends, but like sometimes the stories, the way they're told, when there's no like violence going on, it can seem a bit bland. Sometimes it's like the acting, usually with the Japanese ones, maybe because of the voice acting, the translators, it's not like the best acting. So sometimes the dialogue isn't great. So, you know, like some cartoons you watch, I don't know, like for me personally, my kind of go-to cartoons are things like Spawn, like the Spawn animated series, because the way that they act, it's like you could close your eyes and it wouldn't be like a cartoon. It's like actually like the dialogue is well written and it's done in a way that is more adult, where I feel like with anime, the content is very adult, but the dialogue is still very like.
I disagree.
I feel there's something missing with the dialogue in a lot of anime. The way that they present it, it's still like it's still got that kind of Dragon Ball Z kind of.
You're watching the wrong anime. You're watching the wrong anime.
Yeah, I think if you watch it dubbed, then it does sound like off.
Usually, I don't have a problem watching it subtitles, but like usually the version that I'm watching is the version with the English version. Do you know what I mean? And usually
that's always gonna sound corny, isn't it?
And like the literal translation of like how they say stuff doesn't quite work. It always sounds like stop doing that.
Yeah, definitely. And they kind of censor it as well.
I'm kind of opposite, in that I think that a lot of the anime that I watch, I get bored when it's like 15 episodes of fighting, and I quite like.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
Wait a sec. So what I'm trying to say is,
sorry,
with what we watched when I was watching Blood of Zeus. Shut up, you. When I was watching Blood of Zeus, I like the fact that there was dialogue in with the fighting. That was
no,
that's not what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying, I get what you're saying about the dialogue and that. I'm just saying, like, it wouldn't have mattered even if the dialogue was good or bad. The storyline was pathetic.
It's an epic storyline. What are you talking about?
No, it wasn't stupid. What was so good? It was just Clash of the Titans, like it's just
with a twist.
Same old.
Same story, like.
Same old, same old, man. Like,
but isn't it? It's hundreds of years old.
Man swinging his dick around and getting away with it.
that was another thing. It's like you can't. That's rapey what you done as well. Sorry.
That's exactly what he did. Medusa was raped, isn't it?
And Angelica is God. It's like, it's all right.
No, it's definitely not, mate. But that was wrong, like what he did. But that's what I always used to find a bit weird with the kind of Greek mythology, because it has a lot of that in it. Like, he turned himself into a swan and then had sex.
Yeah, and incest and all of that. It's got madness.
Yeah, as it stands, it was light on the feet.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was all right. It was all right.
Yeah, like you said,
I didn't find it boring, but I do like I said, I do have that issue with anime compared to like some of the American cartoons where like it's not like a major issue. It won't stop me from watching certain things, but I do feel like it does seem a bit hammed up sometimes compared to like I say, if you watch Spawn, like that's just an example. If you watch like certain kind of cartoons, American adult cartoons, they will try and make sure that the acting is in a way where it's like if you were watching, I don't know, like a series, a live action series. So they try and make sure it sounds proper, like doesn't sound hammed up like cartoons usually are. I didn't hear it.
Character.
Yeah.
He kind of reminded me of the guy from Fist of the North Star. Is that?
Kenshiro.
Okay.
Yeah, they all look like him.
Yeah, they got them look like him still.
And some of the things about it was quite similar. I know it's by the same people as Castlevania, but obviously it's a classic story. But like, some of the things were similar to Castlevania. The son of Zeus, son of Dracula, like all of that.
Yeah.
I don't think they should make another season though.
No, definitely not. Definitely.
Yeah, no, they should leave it.
They don't need to.
They should leave it.
They probably will. No. They probably will.
Though, have you seen the Castlevania? Like, I think with Castlevania,
they got a third season now.
They got 3 seasons. Yeah, I was gonna watch that.
Because I've watched the first 2. The second one, I'm not gonna lie, the second one I started to get a little bit bored. But I'll still watch. It's not like I wouldn't watch the third one. It's just like,
That's the thing that I thought about. Blood of Zeus. It'd be like you have a good episode and then you have 3 like lukewarm episodes. It's like,
Do you know what it's like? Albums. You know, like when there's an artist, right, and they do their debut album, it's been like 15 years of their passion, present company excluded. But like the first album is like fire. The second album or the second season, you know, sometimes it's not as good. And I think like with the Blood of Zeus, like, yeah, if we keep it like it is, it's fine. Just lock it off now. It's done. It's done.
Yeah, no, they should go for a different, like, you know, like I don't know if you lot have played God of War, innit? But in God of War, obviously they had the Greek mythology,
right?
And then they switched it up to the like he went to the Norse mythology now, innit? So he's done his thing in Greek mythology, went to the North. That's what they should do. They should just pick different things, you know what I mean? Yeah, and do another thing, like, and then show it like that. Because like you said,
but it's all just going to be the same though.
And then why it be like,
yeah, but you might not have heard every single. You might not have heard every single story of.
Yeah, but all they're gonna do is instead of Zeus, they'll just do Odin swinging his dick around and having bare use. Like,
it could end up being a bit like American Gods.
I only saw 2 episodes of that.
First season was good. The first season was good. I fell off on the second.
I did try.
What, you didn't watch it? How many episodes did you watch?
I got up to the woman that like evaporated the whole dude inside her.
Oh yeah.
And then I think the Anansi one, and then I was done. Boring.
Go so I can see it. I thought that was quite good.
I didn't.
I like the first season. Like I said, I like the first season. Second season, I fell off, man.
In terms of Blood of Zeus, it's a new thing that's come out. It's had some good reviews, but I think it's probably reviews from people that ain't seen all the old stuff.
It was a good watch.
For the art, I would say it's good. I like the scenes I was watching. Like I like when they showed the big.
It shouldn't have been a series, though.
In it.
You think it should have been a movie?
Yeah, it could have been a film. It could have been.
It should have just been a film.
Yeah, that's probably right. There was like a point of it that did seem a bit where it was kind of lagging, but
they did like a hop, skip, and a jump to like the end. Like they literally lagged it, and then we're like, whoop, here we are. Here's the end. It's all wrapped up in a bow.
The last episode now. Okay, and then it was like they just linked up like
coming like Game of Thrones last season. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
listen, we don't blaspheme on
we're
this.
We're here
podcast.
now. Oh, now we're here. Oh, it's the end. Oh, okay. Well, fair enough.
we don't talk about that terrible thing that happened.
I rewatched it a couple of times.
What?
Yeah, I did.
A couple of times.
A couple of times, because the first time, because I watched it with different people. So like, what happened was, like, I started again with like not all the way, but I started again with like other people, and then like kind of like started them, and I gave them a push start, innit?
Oh, the ones where you sit next to them, go, no, this is good, this is good.
Yeah. And then I sent them home, and then they got hooked.
Jump start.
Yeah, jump start.
Jump cables.
Push Kiat Derby.
Game of Thrones, you know, there's certain series out there that you need to like sit next to the person.
When you do that though, yeah, you notice like something always happens. Like something happens, and then they just lose like not concentration. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're trying to like fight. Yeah, you know it's good, and they're like, you try to watch it that time.
No, I know, because even Joe does it. You always drop it at family gatherings. Joe always tries to drop it like at Christmas when everybody's talking, eating turkey and stuff, and then Joe was like putting on this new series, and Josh was the same thing. And then so you're all talking like, well, what's this? What's going on?
I can't multitask.
I'm Joshua. What was that one that you did about the people that like they die and they come back as a criminal?
Oh, we're talking about Alter Carbon.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I know that's good. But he tried to run Alter Carbon at like a family thing, yeah, when everyone's like chatting and drunk off of like rum and wine.
Loads of people don't like that show.
Really?
Alter Carbon.
Loads of people hate that show.
I ain't seen it.
That don't like sci-fi? Do they like sci-fi? Like what?
No, they like sci-fi because these are like Trekkies and like Star Wars fans and whatever. But I've spoken to people, yeah, where they're like, well, like, yeah, watch that. And then like they watch it and they're like, nah, that was rubbish. They're like, it's so slow and boring. Like they didn't like the acting. They didn't like the pace of it.
You know what it is? I think it's when you watch something, when you've chosen to watch something that's slow, you can watch it. When someone's told you, watch this and it's sick, and you watch it and it's slow, you're just like, yeah, you know what?
That's like Utopia.
When we like you can't trust it. You have to break through.
Yeah.
You know what else as well with Alter Carbon? I think because it was like So when you watch it, like visually, you've got like all the whole futuristic, but it's just like about a cop being a private eye. Do you know what I mean? So it's like
Blade Runner, basically.
It's like Blade Runner, and Blade Runner was never about man's flipping flying spaceships and shooting each other like and all like loads of action like that in that way. So it's that, I think it's that what kind of throws people off. When I think, because this is what used to throw me off when I was younger. Like in sci-fi, I used to like to see a lot of like space battles and action scenes. And, blasters, like, but like, you know, when there was like a lot of depth in the storyline and you're having all these science fiction backdrops, but you're not using science fiction norms, I was kind of like, or maybe because I was raised on Star Wars, probably like it was kind of like that as well. Like, you're used to like action scenes after 5 minutes, a lot of action scenes and whatever, whereas this was more like, oh, they're gonna go meet this guy now and what.
You're raised on hyperactive E numbers anime where it's just like fighting for like 15 episodes. Like,
exactly.
It's noise.
That's the thing. That's one of the things I liked about Wood Carbon. I liked the story. I liked the ending. You know what I mean? I liked it. I liked the concept. Yeah, the concept. Everything was really good. It was a really good. It was like a love story as well. It was a detective story, and it was like, you know what I mean? It was a really good story. So
And Rachel, I know, like you said, you don't like flashbacks and callbacks
and misunderstandings.
But I do like when they fill in the gaps with the flashbacks. Sometimes I like it when it's like a puzzle where the story is going a certain way where they don't explain it and then they keep flashing back to flash forward. I don't mind that too much, man, because it you know, pieces together the story.
You know what else I like about Wood Carbon? I'll say it's not a spoiler, but it's believable that character has many faces. You know what I'm saying? Like all of them are him. All of them are him.
Yeah. You believe that it's the same person.
Yeah.
Like, even though it's different actors, all of that, you still believe it's the same person. So you've seen the animated one?
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
Of all Carbon as an animated series?
Yeah, no, it's just like a one off, like I think is it like 45 minutes or something? It's not like
and it's still him, innit?
Yeah, but it's like
the same thing twice.
No, it's not. It's just him in a different time, like different.
Into the rinse,
to be fair.
Into the rinse and repeat Carbon verse.
It's free, isn't it? It's Netflix. You're only paying for Netflix.
Money spinner, like.
Don't fade away.
Re-record, don't fade away. Well, look, do you know what? I'm gonna give it a watch, right? And as I said, to Joshua's detriment, he tried to introduce it at some big family gathering. The same as when Joelle tried to introduce Bojack Horseman at a family gathering, and I had to go home and watch it separately because I couldn't.
Bojack, I love Bojack.
But I do like Bojack. But at the time when you first introduced it, you did it like, "Hey, this is really good," and then you were desperately trying to watch it.
But the thing is, Rachel, like I kind of I disagree because I with bought a car.
I disagree.
With bought a car, I know, like, obviously with a show like that, the storyline has got a lot of depth to it, or it's got like a lot to it. Whereas with something like BoJack Horseman, okay, it's quite a deep cartoon, but it's a cartoon, it's a comedy. So
but you got to get the jokes. You got
the whole
the
Horseman, the Mr. Ed,
coming like Mr. Ed, like
Mr. Ed.
Have you seen that, CD?
I do not want to see a talking horse head on a body wearing a suit. Horse wearing a suit, bruv.
Why does it matter? I hate when people say stuff like that. Oh, like, what's this horse like?
Yeah, it's adult alpha. It's adult alpha, isn't it? Just look at it like that, bro.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
And also, there's a whole like another layer about like racism and stuff like that. That's part of it as well.
What they say we're horses? Are we monkeys that wear suits then? What are we?
Bringing up monkeys again, like there's even no.
I said horse. If I said horse, are we?
See, you're discriminating against animals that wear clothing, like.
That's right, man. What if this is no bubbles shit, bro?
No, BoJack Horseman is, that's a good.
Yeah, it's deep as well.
It continues. A lot of cartoons don't continue in that way.
That's what I like, the continuation.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, guys, is that it was introduced maybe not at the best time. It really is good. I enjoyed it. I must admit, I enjoyed it. But not when people are trying to play frigging Trivial Pursuit and asking for more like any more curry goat? Is there any goat left? And then Josh was like, let's watch this like.
Now, I've been still trying to introduce the OA, innit? I've been telling you.
I know.
The OA.
What was the OA about, Josh?
Yes,
come on. The OA is about a girl, and she she disappeared, and then one day she comes back, and basically when you see her, she's trying to commit suicide, So they take her, and they're like she's blind as well. Sorry, she's blind, and she comes back. When she comes back, she can see, and it's a miracle, and everyone's like, "What's going on? Like, what happened?" and then she basically tells you what happened to her, and she's describing what happened. I don't want to give away too much, but it's good, man. It's good.
It sounds like that series when the girl came out the plastic bag in the middle of the street. You know that series?
Oh, you're talking about tattoos?
Yeah, is it? I thought it was series. That's what it reminds me of.
No, it's not like that. It's like the OA, it talks about the afterlife, and basically it's about like these people that have near-death experiences and how they go to the other side and then they come back, you know what I mean? And they've seen something different and people don't believe them, and then eventually like things go down. But it's sick. It's a really good story.
I'll give it a watch still.
All right, I'll give it a whirl, Josh. Because
I think Rachel, you would like it.
I'd like it.
Joel,
Josh has been banging
like
on
it.
like he's going door to door. Like, can I tell you about the news about
that? Sounds like any Insidious, mate. That sounds like Insidious.
No, it's nothing horror. It's nothing horror. Nothing.
Oh. I heard Afterlife.
No, there is horror in it. Like there is horror in it, but it's not really like that's not what it's about in it. Just watch it. Just watch it in it. Just watch it.
Okay, if it's Brooks, then we're gonna come back and rinse you.
If it's Brooks, we're gonna come back and rinse you, bro.
A whole segment.
I won't lie.
How both Joshua and Joel recommend shit.
What am I watching if it got cancelled?
That's it then.
Nah, forget that, man.
Loads of things get cancelled. The cancellation's not always the indicator.
Yeah, but I don't know that they got cancelled.
Walking Dead still going like.
But half the things I didn't know they got cancelled only afterwards. I like
that's all right.
What was that one, Joshua, that we watched about the aliens, the events? Oh my god! And it was a whole season, and then at the end of the season, there was like a cliffhanger, and they cancelled it.
Luck off.
That was like an unfinished orgasm. That was the worst.
How come you can get away with saying shit like this?
No, that's a medical term. It's a medical term.
It could be offensive. No, it's the way he said unfinished. Listen, bro. It's not OnlyFans. I try to do some OnlyFans shit. Like.
I'm trying to get the subscriber count up. Like keywords, OnlyFans, orgasm.
Unfinished orgasm.
Who wants that? Nobody. That's what I'm saying. The whole show, like, it was good. It was building up to this climax. Still using the same analogies, and then they locked it off. Like, pulled the plug. Like, what? Why?
But money. Sometimes there's loads of politics and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Like you're in the reading room about loads of politics. Maybe it's just like
no. I'm saying there can be politics with TV shows.
It was about aliens. What's so political about a group of aliens?
No,
it's just shit.
It was a bit V, like 80s, 1980s V,
but shit. That's why half the things get cancelled. I think sometimes I watch something should be cancelled after the first episode. Like, why?
No, because all right. Here's an
Family Guy was cancelled, and then they brought it back.
Exactly. Because first Family Guy was cancelled early on. Yeah. So
but I don't think that Family Guy got cancelled because it was shit. It got cancelled because it was too much.
But that's what we're saying. It's not always.
No, I thought it was because they thought. Actually, we don't know.
No, sometimes people have different opinion of like whether it's good for the network. Sometimes new people take over.
Yeah, but that was then. That's what? How many years ago was that? 10 years ago? 20 years ago?
20.
Still the same. TV's TV.
No, okay, name me something that got cancelled and come back.
Top Boy.
Right, okay.
That's exactly what I'm talking about as well. So Top Boy never got. Huh?
We get cancelled.
It never got commissioned for the second season. It just got.
No. It never got commissioned for a third season.
Like, so it didn't get cancelled though.
Yes,
it is cancelled though.
Or was it on a back burner?
No, cancelled is not commissioned, mate. You might as well
got cancelled, brother. It got locked off. Like that's what happened. It come on TV and it was popular, and it
but come back for the second season. That don't count though. That don't count. That don't count because the black man had to bring that back.
You're such an idiot, for real.
Black man had to bring that back. If Drake didn't bring that back, that weren't coming back, bruv. That's straight talk, bruv.
The point I'm trying to make is this, yeah. If you got a show that's on TV, right? It was popular. It was doing its numbers, whatever, and it got cancelled because a new person took over Channel 4. And when that new person took over, they want their own ideas, innit? Sometimes they're like, nah, I'm not having that show. It's not like because it's popular or not. It's because the person that comes in either thinks it's not good or they want to have their own flagship show. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not always like, oh, it's not doing well, so lock it off. Like,
if it was doing well, they would have kept it.
It was doing well.
Yeah, but if it
wasn't for Drake, there would be no Top Boy.
See, there's shows that are like,
why would they bring them
great,
back? Futurama, they brought it back. heroes, they brought it back. Like, you know what I'm saying? They bring back things.
We're talking about 20 years ago. I'm talking about now. Apart from Top Boy.
Lucifer. That got cancelled and brought back.
Is it?
Okay.
I didn't watch the first season.
I never watched
I've never seen it in my
I
life.
don't know about some devil man chatting.
You mean that's DC, blood? That's DC, fam. What do you mean?
Oh no,
One
that's
thing about black man killing each other, the next one's about devil, like.